When one door closes, another opens, and sometimes that new door is 10 times better than the one that just shut. That's exactly what SpaceX is experiencing right now. As California tries to put up roadblocks and make life difficult for SpaceX, Florida is rolling out the red carpet, giving SpaceX not only what it needs, but even more than it hoped for. In this video, we'll dive into the big clash between SpaceX and California, explore how Florida's new approach could change everything, and see how Musk is responding to all the drama. Before we delve any deeper, make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on Starship and SpaceX's other groundbreaking achievements. Let's start with why SpaceX and California seem to be at odds so intensely. It all began when Musk announced that his companies, SpaceX and Twitter, would leave California due to the state's recent passage of a controversial law related to student gender identity. The law prevents school districts from requiring teachers to notify parents about changes in a student's gender identity or sexual orientation without the child's permission. Musk expressed deep frustration, calling this law the final straw, which led to his decision to relocate both companies to Texas. This announcement didn't go unnoticed, and the reaction from California's political leaders was quick to respond. Governor Gavin Newsom took to social media and shared an old screenshot of a post by former President Donald Trump from 2022. In the post, Trump claimed Musk was so desperate to secure federal subsidies for Tesla and SpaceX that "I could have said, 'Drop to your knees and beg,' and he would have done it." Newsom's comment on the screenshot was blunt. "You bent the knee." This jab was seen as a direct insult, suggesting that Musk had once capitulated to political pressures for financial gain. Musk, known for his outspoken nature, fired back, writing, "You never get off your knees." Musk and other critics argue that this new law is overly invasive and undermines parents' rights. While the controversy around the student gender identity law strained the relationship between Musk and California, things took a turn for the worse with SpaceX's expansion plans. SpaceX had proposed a plan to increase the number of rocket launches from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, with the goal of ramping up to 50 launches per year. Vandenberg is a critical location for SpaceX's West Coast operations, and increased launch capabilities there would bolster the company's national security contributions, as many of these launches were in collaboration with the U.S. Space Force. However, the California Coastal Commission, which oversees environmental regulations and coastal development, strongly opposed SpaceX's proposal. The commission cited environmental concerns, particularly the impact that frequent rocket launches might have on California's coastal ecosystems. To SpaceX, these environmental concerns seemed exaggerated and possibly politically motivated. In response to the commission's decision, Musk took an unexpected step and filed a lawsuit, challenging the Coastal Commission's authority to impose such restrictions. The controversy over SpaceX's expansion plans didn't stay limited to California. It gained attention on the national level, with public figures from other states expressing their concerns. Congressman Vince Fong from Washington, for example, wrote a letter to the California Coastal Commission, criticizing the decision. The ongoing lawsuit could work in SpaceX's favor. Legal experts suggest that if SpaceX can demonstrate the military importance of its launches, the company could receive an exemption from some environmental regulations under national security grounds. Although SpaceX might win this lawsuit, another option they have is to shift their focus to states with more business-friendly regulations, and Florida stands out as the best choice. Florida's approach to the aerospace industry, its strategic location for space launches, and its overall regulatory environment make it a much more attractive option for SpaceX compared to California. Florida has a long-standing reputation as the heart of the U.S. space industry. The state has been a launch site for numerous high-profile space missions since the 1960s, from NASA's Apollo missions to modern commercial launches. Over the years, Florida has developed a unique infrastructure and support system for the aerospace sector, making it easier for companies like SpaceX to establish operations. Cape Canaveral and Kennedy Space Center offer established launch sites, support facilities, and access to a skilled workforce trained specifically for the aerospace field. One of the main factors that make Florida attractive is the state's business-friendly environment. Governor Ron DeSantis has consistently promoted policies that make Florida appealing to businesses, particularly in tech and aerospace. These policies include tax incentives, fewer regulatory hurdles, and support for innovation and technology development. DeSantis has publicly shown support for SpaceX and its founder Musk, and he's worked to make Florida a competitive location for aerospace companies. In contrast, California has a reputation for high taxes, complex regulations, and extensive environmental restrictions, which often complicate operations for tech companies. These differences in governance make Florida's approach more appealing to companies looking for long-term growth and fewer regulatory challenges. Florida's geographic location makes it an ideal launch site for space missions. Positioned on the East Coast near the equator, the state offers significant advantages for launching rockets. Launching closer to the equator allows rockets to take advantage of the Earth's rotation, which provides an extra boost to the vehicle's speed. This rotational boost reduces fuel requirements, allowing rockets to carry heavier payloads into space with the same amount of fuel. Additionally, Florida's proximity to the Atlantic Ocean means rockets can be launched eastward over open water. In the event of a malfunction, rockets can safely descend into the ocean, minimizing the risk to populated areas. This is particularly important for heavy-lift rockets like SpaceX's Falcon Heavy and Starship, which require large safety zones due to their massive size and fuel capacity. In comparison, California's Vandenberg Air Force Base launches rockets primarily over land, which restricts launch angles and limits payloads for certain missions. Following the advantages of launching from Florida's East Coast, which allows rockets to safely descend into the Atlantic in case of a malfunction, SpaceX has also been making significant progress at its Starbase facility in Boca Chica, Texas, where it's focused on developing and testing its Starship launch system. SpaceX has been gearing up for the 6th flight of the Starship system, putting both the Super Heavy booster and the Starship upper stage through rigorous testing. One of the critical areas of focus has been the Super Heavy booster, the most powerful rocket stage SpaceX has ever built. For the next flight, SpaceX has planned a series of booster tests to ensure it can handle the immense stresses of launch, and these tests include everything from static fires to high-thrust simulations. The Super Heavy booster for this flight has undergone significant upgrades based on data from previous flights. The booster has been the focus of multiple rounds of static fire tests, where the engines are fired while the rocket remains secured to the ground. During these tests, SpaceX engineers have carefully monitored engine performance, thrust levels, and fuel flow to ensure each engine is functioning as expected. These tests also allow SpaceX to evaluate how well the booster handles the immense heat and pressure generated by the engines. In particular, the booster features upgrades in the Raptor engines, the high-performance engines that power both the booster and the Starship upper stage. The Raptor engines on the booster have been tweaked to optimize fuel efficiency and improve stability, and SpaceX has added reinforcements to handle the booster's immense thrust. One significant upgrade in the booster is the installation of an advanced thrust vector control system, which helps stabilize the booster during flight by adjusting the direction of the engine's thrust. This system is critical for managing the booster's position and ensuring a smooth ascent. In previous flights, SpaceX identified certain challenges with maintaining stability, and the new thrust vector control system is expected to address these issues. Additionally, engineers have worked on making the engines more robust to withstand multiple uses, an essential feature as SpaceX aims to make Starship a fully reusable system. SpaceX is preparing for its 6th Starship test flight, with a potential launch window in November 2024. We hope to see this launch also break all expectations, just like the impressive achievements of the 5th test flight in October. That's all for today's update. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for future updates about the Starship and more. See you in the next video.